morning, Tottenham fans. Only a few days away now for a Super Cup final, and we are still not signing players. What is going on? Lots of rumours going along again, and we're doing it to ourselves again. The Eberechi Eze rumour has hit the headlines again, and I feel like we are all falling for it. If we were going to get Eze, we would have got him by now. He had a £68 million release clause. We failed to get Morgan Gibbs-White, and we still didn't go in for him, even when the clause was still active after we got rejected. If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. We were going to spend 60 million on Morgan Gibbs-White. It was only £8 million more to get Eze, and we didn't do it. Why didn't we do it? We knew Kulu was injured. We knew Maddison was injury prone. We knew we needed another number 10, and we still didn't sign Eze. What makes you think now that we are going to sign him? It might have been, I hear you say, Arsenal wanted him and he wanted Arsenal, so there was no point. Great. But Arsenal have called on it now, and they called probably about 4 or 5 days ago. They stopped going in for Eze. They've never put in an offer. They never went in for the release clause either. So there was no concrete evidence that Arsenal were even trying to get Eze. And we still didn't go in for Eze. Why now? Is it because we're desperate? Maybe. But we were pretty desperate before. We only had one number 10 that was injury prone. So if that's not desperate, I don't know what is. Because we knew it was a matter of time before Maddison was going to get injured. And we still wasn't going in for Eze. So for me, I do not think for 1 second that we're going to end up with him. And to add to that, we've been talking about this transfer for about 5 years, and it hasn't happened for 4 years previously. Why would it happen now? I just doubt it. I'm sorry to put a downer on your transfer news, but the fact as well that the same journalist that's saying that we're in for Eze and we really want Eze and we're monitoring Eze and we like Eze, the same people are saying that we're going in for other players in exactly the same position. So let me move on. Let's read this report. And this one says, Tottenham are stepping up talks. Stepping up talks. That's another phrase that I love hearing. Tottenham are stepping up talks to sign Harvey Elliot after James Maddison's ACL injury. Spurs are happy to meet Liverpool's demands, including a buyback clause. Now, do you think Spurs would be really happy with buying a player that the team that they're buying him from can just buy him back whenever they want? I don't think so. But there's a lot of people that don't like Harvey Elliot. A lot of people think he's a dickhead. A lot of people think he's got a bad attitude. But at the end of the day, I don't care. If he plays really well on the pitch, scores goals, gets assists, gets man of the matches, and steps up our midfield, and if he plays in the 10 role and does a very good job, then I don't give a shit. I really don't. I really don't care. We need quality players, and we need players that can impact games. Harvey Elliott has got a really good work rate. He captained the England under-21s and he only just turned 22. He's got a sweet left foot on him. He's non-stop running. His work ethic is insane. Like, what is there not to love about a number 10 midfielder that does all of that? He loves a tackle as well. Seriously. We beggars can't be choosers, and this is what I was speaking about on Spotlight on Spurs. Beggars can't be choosers, and if Harvey Elliott was available and we can afford him, then we shouldn't turn our noses up at such a good player at such a young age. And I also think that he will massively improve going forward as well. And if Frank is the type of manager that we all know he is, he can improve players. So if he improves Harvey Elliott and he goes on to become a really top player, and then Liverpool say we want to buy him back now, bad deal. But if we can get a deal done where we say we signed him and they can't just buy him back whenever they want, good deal, in my opinion. Another one that's just emerged probably about 10 minutes ago when I was making this video is James McAtee is now understood to be emerging as a potential transfer target. A potential transfer target. Nothing that's in the news is ever concrete. A potential transfer target for Tottenham Hotspur following the injury to James Maddison, which has ruled him out for the majority of the upcoming season, which we all knew about. But James McAtee, I already mentioned him probably about a month ago, saying that he's one of the targets, along with Elliot. I said them two would be really good signings if we could sign them. McAtee has played a few games under Pep. He looks very, very good, but there's no chance he's going to get in the side now with the signings that Manchester City have made. So he's another one that's young, he's raw, something to prove, English, could really improve our number 10 role. And the reason why he can improve our number 10 role is because we haven't got a number 10. Anybody can improve our number 10 role at the moment. So brilliant. I just think get him in, or get an Elliot in, get a Harvey Elliott in, or a Kudus from Leicester City. There's no reason why we should go for Kudus from Leicester City. Just the same standard as McAtee. So, but these guys are so attainable, it's unreal. Spurs apparently have got a list of number 10s they know they want to go for, but they're just not sure which one they want. I'm sorry, but you're running out of time. We've got a Super Cup final coming up soon. We've got no number 10s. What have you been doing 6 months before this transfer window? Where was all your targets? Fabio Paratici would have had 10 for every single position. So if one didn't work out, he would have gone straight to the next one. I'm not understanding what Langer's doing. What are you doing? Like, there's so much blame goes on Levy, so much blame goes on Enoch, but Langer is the head of recruitment, and you're not signing any players. Morgan Gibbs White fell through, and you just went stale. You didn't know what to do. But there's so many targets out there. There's so many players out there that you can pick from. Why didn't you have a 10-man list like Paratici would have had? Very confusing to me. But again, McAtee would be another good option. Kudus would be another good option. Elliot is a very good option for me. There's so many options out there. Eze is a good option. But I've just got this funny feeling that Eze don't want us. That's why we're not getting him. We would have got him a long time ago if he wanted to come to us. I just really seriously doubt he wants us. And we're getting the same story over and over again. Do you remember last season when Conor Gallagher was linked to us all summer? All summer. It was Conor Gallagher this, Conor Gallagher that. Oh, now he wants Spurs because of this. Oh, Spurs are monitoring him. Oh, I think this deal could get done. But at the beginning of the transfer window, Conor Gallagher made it clear he didn't want to come to Spurs from Chelsea. He's Chelsea through and through. That should have been your clue there and then. And now they're even trying to talk about Conor Gallagher coming to Spurs again. No, it's not happening. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the Eze thing. Don't fall for the Conor Gallagher thing. Those two things are not happening. And as much as I want to be positive about it, we should move on quickly onto players like McAtee, Elliot or Kudus, because they're more realistic, in my opinion. One more thing I want to talk about is Spurs were in for Nicholas Jackson. And the embarrassing part of this for me is Nicholas Jackson is better than Richarlison. But I wouldn't take Nicholas Jackson to play for Spurs, especially as he's been touted at being £80 million for Nicholas Jackson. There is no way I would ever pay that much money for him. There's so many better players out there than him for less money. You could get a Leao for less than that on the left wing from AC Milan. You can get a Mawani in the number 9. You can get an Eze for cheaper than that. And if we ended up signing Nicholas Jackson for 80 million and giving Chelsea 80 million more to spend, that would be the worst signing probably in our history. Nicholas Jackson, I'm not saying he's rubbish. I'm just saying that he is not good enough for what we want to do. He would still be back up to Solanke. Solanke's better than him, but we're spending 80 million on a backup. That would be criminal. It would be absolute criminal. I do not want that to happen. I do not want Spurs. I would not even spend 40 million on Nicholas Jackson. If you think about it, he's at Chelsea now. Chelsea have 4 strikers, including him, and he's 4th choice. And you want to spend 80 million on a 4th choice Chelsea player? No, thank you very much. I really don't want that to happen. So, to summarise everything, we need a number 10. Super Cup's coming up. We're not even going to get one in time for the Super Cup. But if we need one for the Premier League, at least, maybe we need 2. And Eze, I don't believe for a second will be coming to Spurs. Conor Gallagher, not coming to Spurs. Nicholas Jackson, I pray he's not coming to Spurs. But I do tell you one more player that I think we should go for, and that is Wissa. And the reason why I think we should go for Wissa is because Newcastle are in talks with him, and it's getting closer and closer for him to go to Newcastle. And if we swooped in and nicked Wissa, it's bound to happen because Newcastle are getting rejected by everyone at the moment. Wissa already said earlier in the window that he wants to come to Spurs because of Frank. And if Spurs actually went in for Wissa, I do believe 100% that we would get him. So please go in for him. Richarlison is not good enough and he's always injured. We need someone like Wissa. 19 Premier League goals last season. It just